The rest?
He got nothing out of it.
That's true, he did get nothing out of it.
Yeah, he got nothing out of it.
Except for heaven and...
Well, no, he already
Yeah,
got
but that was sort
Oh,
of
he lost that. I think did it.
Okay. So, if you're a martyr, do you know what a martyr is?
Like a murder or like.
Yes, a murder.
Die for a cause, yeah. So, is a martyr always altruistic?
No.
No. Maybe.
I mean, what if you're like,
I mean, Peter was martyred, but he didn't always. He wasn't always altruistic.
doing it again?
Would it be like
Especially
Sparta?
y'all. I have to separate you.
Would it be like the Sparta thing?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
I am Sparta.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Wait, would it be like that?
Maybe. Is he doing it for some other reason than Sparta?
When he kicked the dude in the well, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Whenever everyone is like saying, I am Sparta. No, I am Sparta. And they're like trying to, they're like saving this dude
It's 300. She's thinking of.
killed. I don't know. It's in my head.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about?
Are you trying to raise your hand? Go ahead.
Suicide.
So you were asking, like, are all martyrs truly altruistic? No.
Give me an example.
Saint Peter or Peter.
Okay.
He was martyred, but he definitely wasn't always altruistic. I mean, he did, deny Jesus 3 times because he wanted to save his own skin.
Okay.
So.
Are you talking about like suicide bombers? The people that like
Maybe.
take their lives for a cause? That wouldn't be because they're told that if they do that, they're promised eternal, like whatever.
Okay.
Religion promises.
Well, we're trying to like have one or the other, but I feel like you're never gonna have one or the other.
It's never
somewhere
black and white.
in between. There's never.
So most people believe that there is nothing, like this word is just an idea. Like it does not exist in any human.
I mean, you can have it
Which-
partially.
It goes along with what you're saying that you can't be all the bottom and you can't be all selfish either, in a way. Because sometimes what you do helps other people.
Even if you're not intending.
Yes. But the question also was about your purpose. So, but I just want you to understand that like the book, Anthem, wants everybody to be an altruist. You're living solely for the other people. In fact, if you get to be 45 years old in the book, you're considered useless. Please no comments. And you're considered useless, and you go to the home of the useless, I think that's what it's called actually, and you live there until you die mysteriously very quickly after. Yeah.
Mustard gas.
So, because you're not in it to help you can't help anybody, you're too old. Okay, so if you have a book, open it to page 17.
What if we don't have our book on?
Then I'm gonna put one up here,
Okay.
and you can follow along.
Oh, it kind of like opened up.
Sorry, I didn't actually read this, but everybody's clear that we're not taking an average of the grades, right?
Okay.
Whoa,
Thanks.
so we are?
There's
Not.
There's
It
not
says
numbers.
that all up here, but so I'll come back to this.
Wait, so when you did this for real with that dude,
Uh-huh.
did
Yeah, he
you not
was-
show him that?
No, not till after.
And that's why she's showing it to us now.
Yeah, he was super mad at me for like 5 years, so
Is he still mad at you?
I think
Yeah.
so.
That's tough.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
He ruined his GPA. I mean, he's still.
That's basically like telling someone.
They probably kept him from like a $20,000 scholarship.
Did you
Yeah,
drop
he got a full scholarship to where he went, but
Where'd
okay.
you go?
UT Dallas.
That's it.
He was a what kind of scholar they're called? Mixed something scholar. It's super prestigious and you get to travel the world and okay.
Why do you
So we're gonna read page 1 or 17, which is page 1. By the way, in front of this, there's the there's an introduction, and then there's the author's foreword. I would encourage you to read the author's foreword, but maybe after you finish the book. It's kind of unusual for the author. Well, not unusual. It's not usual
The author right there.
for the author to write their own foreword. So she had something else that she wanted to say that didn't fit in her book. It's just 3 pages. So.
It's only a 3-page book.
Okay. It is a sin to write this. It is a sin to think words no others think and to put them down upon a paper no others are to see. It is base and evil. It is as if we were speaking alone to no ears but our own. And we know well that there is no transgression blacker than to do or think alone. We have broken the laws. The laws say that men may not write unless the Council of Vocations bid them so. May we be forgiven? But this is not the only sin upon us. We have committed a greater crime. For this crime there is no name. What punishment awaits us if it be discovered, we know not. For no such crime has come in the memory of men, and there are no laws to provide for it. It is dark here. The flame of the candle stands still in the air. Nothing moves in this tunnel save our hand on the paper. We are alone here under the earth. It is a fearful word, alone. The laws say that none among men may be alone, ever and at any time, for this is the great transgression and the root of all evil. Do you know what transgression means?
I read it in MLK thing.
Okay, it's kind of like a sin. Sin is the best synonym. I'll come back to that in just a
I have a
second.
question. Is this like a male-only society? Because
No.
it's like me and my brothers.
No,
It's,
all of the people are his brothers.
oh, so they
Females and
just
brothers.
use that term,
Yeah.
kind of like I.
Just
Like
comrade.
brotherhood.
It's the
the same
replacement
as-
for comrade.
The same
It's
as in the Bible.
Well, they like address them as like men and
Yeah.
brothers and men. And so,
Okay, next. But we have broken many laws, and now there is nothing here save our one body, and it is strange to see only 2 legs stretched on the ground, and on the wall before us the shadow of our one head. How do we have one head?
it's I is replaced with we.
Don't even talk.
Okay,
Like everywhere in the book, you're not allowed to use I. It's we because it's collective society. It's altruistic.
it's true. Okay, so this book is so far in the future that they have completely done away with any kind of individualism. Nobody even remembers what it was like to be in it for yourself. Yeah, put it down. So they have like, I'll move back. They have no personal pronouns. No I, me, him, her. It's all us and we. Does that make sense? So he's talking about himself here because he's got one head. It's not like split or anything. And he has 2 legs. It's just him. So this is probably the hardest thing to get over in the entire book. You have to get past the fact that he talks about himself and he says we. I don't think you're going to be too confused. Sometimes he actually means we, and sometimes he means we. So I think you'll be okay. All right. The other thing, the word transgression, it shows up quite a bit. It's probably the biggest word in the book. It shows up a lot. Why is a sin worse than breaking a law?
It's morally wrong.
Because it's not just like what our society has decided, it's morally wrong. So to him, these things that he's doing, this keeping a journal, it's a sin. It's not just a law. It's like somehow they've made, I guess that's how, like if you're trying to teach your kids not to do something, like teaching them that it's a sin or morally wrong is far more convicting than teaching them that it's,
We just don't.
yeah. Are you about to cry?
No, I was yawning.
Okay. I know you're really not. You're just eyes are water. Okay. You're just eyes are water. Alright. So, back to PowerPoint. 2 more. Alright. So, this is a quote from Anthem. And if you're not needed by your brother men, there is no reason for you to burden this earth. Collectivism, which is the opposite of what Ayn Rand thinks, like the absolute opposite. What you should be, you do what you should based on what is best for others. Did I say that right? What you do should be based on what is best for others. Your purpose is to serve others without any care for your wants or desires. Being altruistic, but someone else telling you to be altruistic. These are some of the political ideologies that go with that. Communism and socialism. Fascism is what Italy was during World War II, and Nazism kind of falls right between here on the political spectrum. Hitler believed one of the worst thing about the Jews is that they were hoarding money. and that was bad for Germany. So it wasn't necessarily about
Just their beliefs.
a look or a Christian belief or lack of Christian belief, but it was about like money, a lot of it. Okay. On the other hand, we believe this, or at least we're taught to. Endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So this is individualism. This is what what's-her-face believes, Ayn Rand. So the idea that each person has a right to do what they want without any rule about caring about someone else.
You can still, but
Which is why the only reason it's not anarchy. Maybe not the only reason. So can you think of some examples of this type of society?